Hi guys, Lewted host here with another dank stream. If I'm correct, you guys can hear me. I'm using my iPhone's headphones instead of my regular headset because I've noticed that it's been catching. Because I can't use the microphone on the headset, I have to use the laptop's one, but you can hear the fan with that one. So, excuse me. I thought it would be a bad idea to continue doing that. Basically, I haven't been streaming for a while because of finals, and I'm hoping for the best. That's all I can say about that. As for the streams themselves, the only thing I've really been up to is Rome 2. I do have, I think, a new replay from Rome 2, and then I verified the cache on that, and I should do it for Attila next. Now we're getting closer to the minor victory for the Saxons. I'm gonna do that, but I won't do the full military victory or cultural victory just yet. I want to work on the other factions and then I'll go back to it. Kind of like what I did with the Eastern Roman Empire. Still haven't gotten a military victory with Axum, so I'm gonna try to do that as well. Not much to do, unfortunately. I do, however, have to take over that, and I completely forgot.
You, my lord.
I should have got another army up here. I completely forgot about that. I can get dynamite infantry. Those would be good against Himyar because I'll be outnumbered. And then I can just use my cataphracts.
Ready for orders. Come, join our ranks. A noble cause requires noble men.
I could use camel Clivinari. I have to look into that. Right now we're not fighting anyone, we're just building and protecting ourselves for when I do go for the military victory so that the Huns can't easily override us. We'll protect these three, well really these two are the ones you need to protect. The Huns navy-wise are pretty bad. But in open battle they'll just decimate you, so you have to be careful of that. Again, not much to do.
Ready for battle.
Oh yeah, that's right, I have 5 armies already. 1, 2... Yeah, I had 5 armies. I don't know why I wanted to make another one. I could have just brought one of these ones down, because this army is doing nothing. And I haven't even upgraded them. There, that's better. I could have used this army to come down here and fight. But it's okay, yeah. I already have enough. Oh yeah, I know why I put them here. Actually, no, it's this army.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord.
That's here. Which means that this army can still move
Ready
somewhere.
for battle.
That's fine. I'll just keep them here for now.
We fight for you, my lord.
3 Griff Panvar, 3 Camel Klibinari. These guys are pretty good. I underestimated them. I thought they were bad, but they are not. Might invest into them in the future when I'm playing multiplayer. Who knows? The Tanukids were no longer our military allies, so I don't feel bad if I take them over and take these 2 provinces for myself. Having a lot of client states is usually bad, but for the Saxons, they benefit from it, so it's not that bad. The Visigoths benefit from making them, but these guys benefit from having them. They get double the income that other factions would usually get. And that's powerful. I could... Yeah, I could get some... How much food do we have? We have a lot. Actually, let's go for Kurdish archers because this gives you cavalry anyway, even though they're just camels. Like I said in my guide, it's actually the desert factions that benefit more from camels. The Sassanids benefit more from cataphracts and such. And I found the Bestarnians, so that's good. I was actually delaying the stream because I felt blood in my mouth, and so I thought I had something wrong, but it seems like it was just temporary. Still something I'll have to check out, but yeah. Anyway, Twitch introduced this new thing called Automod, and I'm looking into it right now. Looks pretty interesting. Automod automatically holds risky messages for mods to review, and viewers only see the ones mods allow. I mean, it's interesting, but it also seems like they're kind of tightening their grip on freedom of speech, so who knows. On a personal note, I don't really care what people say, positive or negative, as long as it's constructive and allows me to actually grow in some way or change something. Today I did want to talk about the something that's
Look forward to receiving very well.
recently crossed my mind. In the stream before this one, I said that Hirdmen and Hearth Guard basically have the exact same stats, but the Hirdmen cost 25 talents more because of the fact that they have fear. They're statistically the same, but it's that fear that makes the huge difference. Alright. Usually I would not want to fight an open battle, especially with this setup. I practically have no cavalry, and I'm not gonna get those. I could get camel warriors, considering that they have both the warriors. But at the same time, Sogdian warriors are good enough to tackle those. These guys are so effective at what they do against armored units, like both the warriors. Both the warriors, on the other hand, are defensive axe infantry. Still good though. Definitely good when you're tackling the Eastern Roman Empire. But not good when you're tackling units that don't have a lot of armor but good defense and attack. Such as Sogdian warriors.
Ready for battle.
You know what? I'm not gonna fight this in a
for
settlement.
you, my lord.
I'm gonna fight it in the open because of my setup. I don't have enough cavalry, and even though that would hurt me in actually that would hurt me in in an open battle. They have axe infantry, and if I get boxed in by that,
Awaiting
these
Persia's
cavalry
bidding, my
units
lord.
can't do anything. But then again, 6 units of missiles, but only 5 melee infantry. I'll wait. Just because I have time and I don't need to rush anything.
Ready for battle.
The Saxons are going to become a problem. They have 3 provinces, if I'm correct. The Eastern Roman separatists don't hate us, if I'm right. Well, now they do, because we're a great power. They didn't at first, but that's okay. Speaking of which, I actually forgot to do the Burgundians. I did the Langobards and the Franks, but that's it. And I still have the Ostrogoths and Visigoths to do. I'm leaving the Visigoths for last, because they're easy. The Ostrogoths, on the other hand, have a pretty difficult beginning. But we're doing okay for now. Still have the Lochmids, that's good. On to here. I was watching one of Hero Carthage's recent replays where he was showing us a 3R versus 3, and the guy that sent him the replay is pretty good. You know, I'm not gonna lie. But he also does. Sorry, let me just bring this back up. He also does tactics that you usually see with pro players, like his army setup, like the way he set up his lines, were the same way that most pro players do it, where it's very thin, so they can wrap around easier. Again, we're not in a rush, so we can wait. Anyway, so his side ended up winning that battle, but I actually liked it because here of Carthage doesn't show a lot of pro players that don't play in tournaments. Like most of the time when I'm watching a YouTube video, it's somebody that you recognize from a Flash tournament or something. Now I've never been in
We
a
beg
tournament,
for a treaty between our peoples. I think that many.
but at the same time I can recognize a person like Invictus or Heracles or somebody to that extent. I can recognize them because I've seen a lot of tournaments, even the Chaos Raiders tournaments where it's Shogun 2. You tend to actually recognize them when they go play other games, unless they only have Shogun 2, which is possible. But this guy I've never really seen before. In fact, I don't even think I've seen any of them.
How may I serve Persia?
They're balanced. I don't really like that.
Ready for orders. For Persia!
Oh, that's why they don't want to attack. That actually makes sense. Because of these Kurdish archers. The reason why the balance of power is against me is because of these axe warriors. Very good defensively. And they also have a number of archers. I guess I could take the fight to him. I wasn't going to, but then upon seeing this, I thought to myself, probably is a better idea to just do that. Because since I turned off Control Large Army, this army will have to wait, like the whole army. Because if I'm correct, he has about 18 units. Actually, no. He has 16, because 6, 7, 14, 9. I thought I had 20. Yeah, I do have 20. So yeah, let's do that. We'll fight it. So anyway, back to my main topic. The main topic. Hirdmen, Hearth Guard, statistically the same, but Hirdmen have fear and are immune to fear. Technically, because not every unit that has fear is immune to fear, it actually costs like around 12.5 rounded out or something. However, the last digit has to be a 5 or a 0, so who knows. You know, this isn't Shogun 2 where you can have damaged units and they cost a certain price. So I'm gonna entrust my Sogdian warriors to tackle all of these, oh boy, Sandstorm. So that means that Himyar actually has a bonus against us, since we decided to attack them in a sandstorm. They have a bonus of 20 attack, as you can see. Usually these desert bowmen will have 2 attack. These desert spears will have 20 or so. And these Balta warriors definitely would not have 36. They'd have like 16. So technically, even my desert legionary defectors can lose against desert spears. But I'm not 100% scared, so.
Legionary defectors! Missiles at your command!
I stopped using the pagan band because I now have access to better units. Of course, most of the assassin's strengths are on their shock cavalry, but I don't have any.
Melee cavalry at your command!
And the bows are on this side, so I'll definitely want to use my slingers to tackle them. And let's give it a try.
Proud peacocks and unwashed slaves! That is the sum of the army arrayed before us! Not a single one would I call a soldier! Each of you is worth 10 of them! Enemy reinforcements approaching! To arms! Melee cavalry ready!
It's a good thing that these guys have rapid advance so they can get away from these other cavalry. And also hit hard. We're gonna have to play this one very carefully. These guys are very tired because they were on forced march, so that helps.
Riders advance!
They're coming to us, so we can just be a bit careful. Like I said, we're going to play this very safely. Hopefully the cavalry goes into our spears so we can counter them. And these units will take a while, so we're pretty good for now. Activate precision shot. These guys don't have that on, that's good. Won't need it. So we're playing this very safe. Good thing that these guys do 73 damage. Desert bows, bow units in general don't go down that fast.
We are at your command!
Alright, here they come.
The enemy have rallied their units! Legionary defector! Armenian spears! Ready! Shield us! Charge! For honor! For glory!
Might be a good idea to just head over here. I'm still waiting. I can scare off these slingers with that many of spears.
They are trying to take out our general. Defend him.
Legionary defectors! Advance at speed! Engage! Strategos! Riders, advance! Scouts! Awaiting order! My lord? Hearth! Advance at speed!
Armenian spears.
Legionary defectors!
Should be a chain route now. Might take a while though. This side's definitely done. The slingers are still aiming at the back of my unit, so that's not good. I'll just have to get them. They haven't even killed them, that's good.
Ready! Awaiting orders!
We understand.
Keep them there. And hopefully this center routes so I can use all my,
Armenian spears.
yeah, they will route.
Armenian spears. Strategos.
Forward! For glory!
Awaiting orders. For glory. March. Armenian spears. Engage.
Where's my other unit?
Scouts.
Oh, here they are.
Quickly now!
Gonna
Charge!
need to keep that general there.
Forward! For glory! Forward! Forward!
Wait, he's staying there.
Riders
That's
at the
good.
double! Swift rider! At speed! Advance at speed!
Double time.
Melee cavalry awaiting order! Engage!
11 kills.
Scouts.
I doubt any of them. Oh, they got killed on my bases. That's okay. We're gonna make sure. I actually could have used these Armenian spears.
Melee cavalry ready!
I'm not thinking.
Spearmen ready for orders.
I could use these spears to tackle them. Because they're gonna last a long time if I just use cav. Should not be there.
Legionary defectors!
For Persia.
We are at your command!
They should die quickly anyway.
Armenian spears. Double time.
Forward! Legionary defectors! Pull back!
I'll use the spears to
My lord?
kill the general. It should be good. Should have aimed at these units, but that's alright.
Rollers! Rollers! As you say! Quick march! At speed! Legionary defectors! Awaiting order! Forward! Riders! Advance! Quickly now!
The general is dead. A lethal blow.
We will darken the skies!
Scouts.
Legionary defectors! Quick march! Stop the end warriors! Quick march!
I'm surprised the charge didn't do enough damage.
Aye!
That's the problem with using them sometimes.
Pull back! Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
They're too light to deal with very heavy units.
One of our units can no longer fire.
Melee infantry ready!
Actually, no.
Double time! Advance at speed!
I can use this unit of slaves to damage them.
My lord!
Melee cavalry is your command!
Quick march! At the double!
Brothers!
Missiles at your command!
Advance at speed!
For Persia!
Quick march!
I have to get all my spears up front.
Double time!
Oh, they have artillery. That's not good.
What are your orders? Legionary defectors! Tribunos!
At speed! Spears at your command!
Quick march!
Armenian spears!
For Persia! Quick march! Quickly now! Missiles at your command! Kurdish action! Loose!
Attack! Warriors of Persia! The tide of battle turns in our favor!
The double! Legionary defectors! Forever loyal! For glory! For honor! Infantry at your command! Engage! At speed! Sogdian warriors! Advance at speed! Legionary defectors! Kurdish archers!
Fall back! The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing! As you say! God speak good! We are moments away from victory!
At your command! Wipe them out! March! Get to it, man! We fight for you, my lord.
ready for battle. My lord. My lord. At your com- It is a great and glorious thing to fight for our cause. We see little profit in further bloodshed. You have fought with honor, but it is time to staunch deep wounds. I think... Your people are widely admired. I thought...
I really have to get used to these headphones. I like my iPhone. It's pretty good. But these headphones are new gen, in my opinion. They're nice though. Anyway, I just got a job offer, contract offer actually. Not important. What is important is winning this campaign, which we should be able to do comfortably. All I have to do really is just end turns.
How may I serve Persia?
Ready for battle.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can do that here. Why would I go for Kurdish archers? I need to start thinking clearly.
Ready for orders.
At your command.
Ready for battle. Get to it, men.
You call this a garrison?
Going a port.
How many I have? I'm gonna need cavalry, so
Are you ready to
I'll
serve?
get 2. And now I have to get rid of this. I'm not gonna use
Fight
shock
for you,
cav
my lord.
because I realized that in most situations shock cavalry are just useful in open battles. When it comes to like land battles, you really want to be
Ready
careful.
for orders.
I almost forgot that I have hotkeys. I haven't been using hotkeys for a long time for like the campaign. It's just been for battles that I've been using hotkeys. Like for example, I could use 9. Get diplomacy up. I think 8 is for technology. Unfortunately, this doesn't work in like multiplayer. 7's for finance, and then 6 is for objectives. Okay. Nobody to really fight. It's funny because I actually made the Western Roman Empire my satrap. and
You
a
are
previous-
welcome, but that welcome can become a farewell if you waste my time.
I made them my satrap when they had more territories, but I went back on it because they ended up declaring war on me. If you give them enough money, they are willing to become your satrap. They're not now because they lost a lot of territory. We right now are the strongest in the game, followed by I think the Hun. No, not even the Huns. The Burgundians, which is strange because I haven't even seen them. And then the Romans, and then the Huns. The Eastern Roman Empire got decimated by my satraps. I was able to blitz them because I took them on early. And that's kind of what you want to do with the Eastern and Western Roman Empires. Well, technically, the Western Roman Empire tends to lose early on. In this campaign, it's different because they've actually been able to hold out very long. It was just when they were fighting the Alamans that they started to lose. Now, the Alamans are going up against the Huns, and that's very problematic because they have nothing to stop these 3 hordes.
At your command.
Anyway, I still need cavalry. So, after I get some units from here,
How may I?
I'm going to go straight for Zafar and this territory. I do these campaigns to get a better understanding of the faction I'm playing before I use them in multiplayer. Like before I try to main them or try to get really serious with them. It's kind of what I did with the Franks. The Franks are so hard to play as, but when you actually learn how they work, they become very good. The Franks' real killing power is their throwing axes. So they're like one of the only factions that actually rely on precursors to do a lot of damage, because their precursors can do more damage than javelins can, and they have a much faster reload time. But in this game, they have almost half of the range, so you have to be careful. Oh yeah, that reminds me. So we already talked about, or I already talked about Hearth Guard. Um, Hirdmen and Hearth Guard. I wanted to talk about Roman spears as well. Roman spears are actually pretty weak in the late game. Um, and I'm talking about all three Roman factions: the Roman expedition, the East
Obedience
and
and
West Roman
honesty are
empires.
treasured in our land. Perhaps you...
Like Cornudi Signorias are good stationary, tackling shot cav, but when you get them like moving and then you charge them, in a lot of cases, if they're not in diamond formation, they tend to lose. Not in defensive technique, not that information. So it's good to keep that in mind. They Roman spears do have a very delicate use in Roman armies, but ever since Rome, like even in Rome 2, spears don't really have a very explicit role, except for like deterring cavalry. Like auxiliary infantry are just bad, but they have a good armor and they can fight low tier cav. Any high tier like heavy cav, like Cappadocian cav, or even shock cav, will just wreck them.
How may I serve Persia? I will call forth the power of the Jinn.
I don't know. I'm starting to try new things out with the Huns. I've been using Uar warriors recently, but I'm gonna stop doing that because Uar warriors are too overpowered. And I really need to start focusing on doing better with the horse archers because the Huns suck in every other department except their horse, except in the mounted missile department, or missile cavalry, depending on how you see it. That's the only place where they don't suck. Melee cav are bad. The high tier melee cav unit is an axe cav. Their best melee cav unit, in my opinion, is the Hunnic Horseman, which is also an axe cav. Uar archers technically don't have a use. I would never recommend using foot archers for the Huns because they're supposed to be maneuverable. And plus, horse archers have a much better rate of fire in every army. Steppe warriors, good mid-game unit, mostly for the campaign though. Very useful if you want to spice up your army. Bosphorian warriors are a good defensive unit. Good for fighting factions that have a lot of infantry, especially if they're low tier. So the Bosphorian warriors can still beat them. And then scary warriors are too expensive. They're good stationary. Always want to avoid heavy shock cav. Or not heavy shock cav, heavy melee cav. The difference between melee cav and shock cavalry is the charge bonus, but also how you can tackle cavalry, how you can tackle infantry versus how you can tackle cavalry. It's kind of a bad idea to tackle stationary spears with any cav, but you can still do it with melee cav and not be severely punished for it.
Awaiting Persia's.
It's just shock cavalry that get severely punished because you'll see like the infantry might lose like a few men, but so do the cav. Whereas with horse melee cav, it's a bit different where it takes a longer time for your cavalry to lose. The chances are they'll still lose anyway.
Ready for orders.
I got an onager.
Ready for
That's good.
battle. I would travel the world for Persia. Make yourselves at home.
I want to get rid of these hurlers, actually. And get 2 more
A noble
sliding
cause
rulers.
requires
Would get
noble...
down my infantry, but I'd rather have cataphracts. I'm gonna stop using spears with the Roman expedition because I've realized unless you have like large funds, they're pretty bad. And I say that because in the battle before the one that I did on stream, they underperformed.
At your command.
And they tend to underperform a lot. Like they underperformed against the Noble Alani Cav one time when I was streaming. And that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth because I was thinking that spear units should be able to tackle any cavalry unit with a high charge. And they didn't tackle Noble Alani cavalry that well. Mind you, they weren't in defensive testudo, I think. But they should have been able to actually not lose at any part of the fight. They started losing initially, and even when the Alani cavalry were taking casualties. And then after a while they won, so... Yeah, that kind of made me feel a bit awkward about bringing them. I've just decided that if I really want to tackle cavalry, I'll just bring Tagmata. Because they're useful.
Ready for orders. How may I serve Persia? My lord.
How may I serve Persia?
Ready for orders.
Phoenicians are still growing strong. I'm not interested in making any more satraps for the time
At
being.
your service.
And we'll return. I'll be right back as well.
What I ask is such a little thing, an inconsequential thing, that I almost hesitate to mention the amount. I think that... We beg for a treaty between our peoples. Some arrangement that will give us both prosperity and strength. driven.
I just realized that today was Thursday. Yeah, I was supposed to do this a long time ago. Can't do it here though. So the Western Roman Empire and the Huns are no longer fighting. That's okay. They will fight again though, so I'm not like ecstatic. Anyway, how much time do I have left? I have a bunch of time. Now that finals are done, all I have to do is stream early in the morning. And I should be fine.
How may I serve you?
I was just binge watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I've never really watched an episode in my life. It's pretty funny. It's also a pretty good anime. Not bad at all. I will admit though, I wish I'd found it
How
sooner.
may I serve you?
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord.
Your duties, man.
We fight for you, my lord.
Yeah, that would cause a rebellion. Maybe I want a rebellion, who knows.
How may I
I
serve
have no
Persia?
cavalry. And they took any cavalry options. That's okay. We'll just get a rebellion started, but then make our way across the entire province. Because right now, the Himyar's trying to build up another army. They can't come and fight us again because if they do, our satraps will just take them over, and that's not what I want. I need to convert this province to Zoroastrianism. I hope I said that right. Zoroastrianism. I think it was Freddie Mercury that made me remember how to pronounce it because I think he had when he had his funeral, it was one of those priests that did it. Because I don't think he was Christian. I know he came from Tasmania or something. Good guy, good guy. I remember Freddie Mercury because of Killer Queen and Bites the Dust and Sheer Heart Attack. All of those are in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Again, a good anime though.
I humbly propose this, in the hope that you will see the merit of glory.
Okay, I guess that works. It won't work again though, so.
Ready for battle.
The biggest problem I have is not having any cavalry. I'm gonna take this army and go over there.
Make haste,
I'm gonna
men!
take all of these and make my way
At your command.
over to the capital.
We take this settlement.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to actually take it because they already almost have a full stack already. Okay, they have infantry quarters. Again, both the warriors and both the defenders, I think that's what they're called. Excuse me. Both are good units. Very, very good for tackling Eastern Roman Empire. But they have very low attack. Very defensive. Very defensive.
My
They
lord.
also have good armor. As far as Sentinels have good armor as well. You want to be very careful when you're going up against like the Goths though, because they have units that don't rely on armor. Or even shield wall to that extent.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord. At your service. How may I serve you? Impossible, my lord.
I thought that was supposed to be -5% from all our buildings. Why would it be +5? Why would it be +10? Ah, boy. CA never ceases to amaze me.
Welcome, but expect scant pleasantries. I lack time to waste.
Man, the Huns campaign was so fun. But because I
We fight for you, my lord.
actually can't remember why I let the Barbarian Kingdom stock up. I think what happened was I was too busy trying to understand how the game worked that by the time, even how the faction worked, that by the time I went to fight like the Western Roman Separatists and the other barbaric factions, they already became strong and it was a late game and that's where the Huns are the weakest. So that's where I guess my problem lay. So I might do
My
their
words
campaign
are
again, but
yours
for
to
now,
bet.
we're not doing that. Oh yeah, that's right, I want to make buildings. So first, Asia. We have just enough food to do that. I could go for this, but I don't want to. Zoristan does not have enough food. But we can make it have enough food with this. Because I'll have enough money. So it doesn't matter. Don't have one here, but we can make one in the following turn. Can make one here, but that's dangerous. I'll do it anyway. How much? 6. Okay, that's good. Because of this, I think. No, it's not. Not enough. Can we make it enough, though? Yes, we can. I haven't bothered to change that. Alright, we definitely have enough food here because of this. We could get enough here. Actually, no, even with that, it wouldn't be enough. We have to change this over, and that I will do. This is a tough one. I'll just do this. Doesn't really matter. We'll be making enough money and we can also make champions. Actually, I don't think we could. Let me check. Yes, we can. And plus it increases the tax rate. And since my buildings have a lot of money anyway, it's pretty good. Or my provinces, rather.
How may I serve Persia?
You should be good. Spawn's been going down for the past few turns. Don't like that at all, but it's gonna probably change. We haven't been spending a lot of money because, again, we have pretty much all the victory conditions. All we have to do is just get 120 turns, and this campaign's done for now. Again, I want to get a military victory so I can upload it, even though it's been uploaded already. So anyway, earlier I mentioned that I verified the cache of Rome 2 Total War, and I've noticed that my games haven't been crashing. They probably will still crash every now and then, but it's not when I get to a faction, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. And I've been doing a Pompey campaign for Imperator Augustus since I deleted my Lepidus one, which I kind of regret doing, but I think it was necessary. I even deleted my Swebby and Lusitania campaigns because they were crashing, and I haven't really finished my Tylus campaign either because all the factions around me are allies. I'm just waiting for one of these factions to feel oppressed. Like, I haven't really been oppressing anyone, but
We value friendship and look forward to receiving my people.
at the same time, some of these factions like Armenia weren't moving around too much. Armenia, I think, started to move around. I don't think they've captured any territories outside of Armenia, though. Why is this guy losing? He is out of favor. Oh boy. I gave him all of these nice things, but I might have to take them away now. Because it's bad when your leader has like one gravitas or influence. This guy is the only person that can actually keep these guys out of power. And if he has no influence to do it, you know, that's problematic. I don't need that, I already have +3. Not much I can do now. My king is in a rock and a hard place. The only way I'd be able to get it up is to fight battles. But again, you know, we're in a position where we don't have to. I do, however, need to get better cav units. I'm gonna get rid of these using hotkeys.
Are you ready?
to serve. A noble cause requires noble
Could have
men.
used another unit of Kurdish archers, but it's okay.
We fight for you, my lord. Laying siege to the settlement.
The faster we get rid of Himyar, the better. Himyar also has like a fatigue reduction debuff, and so that's extremely useful for them in the campaign, because in desert battles, I think you fatigue if you're not used to the area. That's why the Sassanids have such a hard time fighting desert factions. Especially in this situation, the Lakhmids, who are actually one of our satraps as it stands. I can't remember. Yeah, actually I do remember. Empire Total War might have been the first Total War that, you know, you could, if you pre-ordered it, you could get a DLC with it. And then Napoleon had the Grand Battery and also the HMS Victory. Both units I don't have. You can now get them separately. I found out 2 years ago. No, now you can get both of them. My bad. I haven't bought it though, because I don't want it. I got the Empire Total War DLCs, but I haven't even played Empire. I went back to Combat Arms. The STG 44 is on sale. I wanted to get it, but now you can't get free NX anymore because it hasn't been helping the community, as they say. Not much to do. I won't lie. Right now I'm just ending turn after turn. I am, however, going to start fighting over here, so...
Ready for battle. Waiting for more orders. Let them cower before our might.
Hopefully they come out to fight us. They have a lot of Baltha warriors.
Besieging settlement.
Oh, it's this army right here. I can't actually get to them, so I won't bother. But now they're gonna come out and fight me, so that's good, I guess. We're ready. That's good. Because I have Dolomitic infantry now, I can use my cavalry for rear hits instead of frontal ones. Use the precursors from the Dolomitic infantry to seriously damage the Baltha warriors before they come into combat, because again they have good armor and are very good at tackling defensive units, since they are also defensive but have axes. And so on and so on. We're gonna save it and fight it. Unfortunately for them, their spears are not good. I'm expecting a win. I'm also hoping for a win. Let's see what happens. I've also been keeping up with Pokemon Go. Gotta make sure that everything. Yeah. Sorry guys, just give me a second. Alright, let's get this going.
Infantry! Armenian spears! Spears ready!
My Dynamite infantry shouldn't
Armenian spears!
cause any problems. This setup is kind of bad. I'm gonna have to move
What
back
are
a
your
bit.
orders?
Hopefully my center doesn't break. If they do, we're in a lot of trouble. And this battle won't be winnable. But if they don't, we should be fine.
Maintain the lines!
Get a bit even. That's good. Our camels should do most of the heavy work,
For Persia!
killing most of the
Nobles!
non-Baltha warrior units, including the desert spears who are going to cause us problems.
I count myself fortunate to stand here. To stand here with my warrior brothers. To stand here for our people. I would not wish to be anywhere else this day. If the
Reinforcements!
gods will it, we shall
More for us
break
to
his
kill.
enemy and put them all to the sword.
The enemy approaches!
Sogdian camel raiders! For Persia! Riders at the double! For Persia!
Quickly now!
Ah! Ah! camel raiders! Orders, my lord! For honor! March! March! Forward! Ready! For Persia! Oi! Sogdian camel raiders! And they're ready! Glory! Riders! Unto the... Armenian spears! Nine! For honor! Sogdian camel raiders! Kurdish archers! Nobles! Orders! Standard polices! Speed! Period! Sogdian camel raiders! For Persia! In the double! Sogdian camel raiders! For Persia!
The enemy is attacking our general!
Armenian spear! Spearmen ready for orders! Quickly now! As you say! Awaiting orders! Elite Sogdian camel raiders! What are your orders? For Persia! Sogdian camel raiders! Orders, my lord! Engage! Sogdian camel raiders! We await your orders! Sogdian camel raiders! Oi! Honor! My lord! Elite Dynamite infantry! Sogdian camel raiders! As you command! Ready! Awaiting orders! Nine! Orders! Tell us! For Persia! Standard polices! Kurdish archers! Amisos!
Melee cavalry!
Forth! We are at your command! Up! March! Orders! Armenian spear! Quick march! Spearmen! Orders, my lord! Engage! Tribunes! Tell us!
The enemy general is fallen!
Melee cavalry at your command! Awaiting orders!
broken and are fleeing!
Judas! Advance at speed! Riders at the double! Riders advance!
Nobles! As you
The
command!
enemy refuses to admit defeat! Their unit has rallied!
Orders! March! Our orders! Kurdish archers! Attack, warriors of Persia! Loose! Fire on the enemy! Tribunos! Naxian!
Armenian spear! Marana! Orders!
Oi! Amisos!
Ready! At speed!
Dockyard Camel Raiders! Orders! For Persia!
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing!
Quickly now! Advance at speed! Raiders advance!
Swift riders!
Kurdish archers! Fill the skies! Missile! Amisos! Dockyard Camel Raiders! Ready! Glory! Awaiting orders! Gauge! Advance at speed! Missiles at your command!
Orders!
Standard Dolises!
Our orders!
Latigos! Our orders! Dockyard Camel Raiders! Forward! At the ready!
Nobles!
Nine! Double time! Orders! Amisos! Bandos! Our orders! Quickly now! None! Judas! Amisos! Kurdish archers! Steen and Tolling us! Judas!
What are your orders?
Amisos!
Awaiting orders!
Spears ready!
Vele infantry at the ready! Let's speed! Double time! Armenian spear! Our orders! At speed! Persia!
My lord! Move out!
For Persia! Yay! Armenian spear! At sea! Our spears are yours!
Amisos!
Orders!
Aye!
By Ahura Mazda! For Persia!
Taxiarchos!
My lord!
Amisos!
The unit's ammunition is spent, and it can no longer fire.
Fire on the enemy! Armenian spear! We await your orders!
My lord!
At speed! Orders!
My lord!
Judas! Await
That was pretty close. I still have less men than they do because I didn't chase after the riders. But that was a pretty good engagement. They have to row anyway. So we should be able to take
We
Zafar
fight
now.
for you, my lord.
Our struggle will end badly and with little honor for anyone.
I feel...
Like I said though, my Dynamite infantry should have been able to hold the line against the axes because again they're defensive axes and they're pretty good against like tanky infantry like Dynamite infantry, but they take a long time to kill stuff because of the fact that they're defensive.
Attack! Ready for orders.
Seems like too much food's being used. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want to get rid of this. Well, actually, I have no choice. No, I can change it into food. This I want to keep because I'll need infantry.
How may I serve Persia? Are you ready to serve?
Ready for orders.
At your service.
At your command. Our lord needs good fighters.
So it looks like they're going to be taken care of. That's good. We're going to be able to... We're not going to be able to finish this campaign off stream. Because I'm off school now, I can probably finish it off stream. Because streaming campaigns I found are pretty boring. A lot of the popular YouTubers do it on Twitch. And it kind of makes me a bit upset. Especially when they're mods. Like, I'm not a big fan of mods. That should solve that problem.
Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord. Make haste, men!
Usually by now we'd be making mad money, but we're just making about as much money as we were before. Well, actually, no, we're getting more money from taxes. If we check this, last turn we made this much from taxes. We're making 3,000 more from taxes. We get no interest on it because we're not the Eastern Roman Empire. Not much has changed everywhere else. But the taxes has gone up by 3,000, so that's good.
We fight for you, my lord.
So it looks like Himyar's going to
I
be taken
humbly
care of.
propose this in the hope.
No need to make any defensive alliances that I'll have to break later on. Especially if other factions have close ties to them, because that looks bad on us. And my satrapies will probably just break away from me. I don't want that, so...
At your command.
Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
I offer this in my lord's name, for he is master of all men, and a ruler without equal. I thought more of you. Ready for
my lord.
ready for orders. None will escape. We fight for you, my lord.
My lord. Awaiting Persia's bidding, my lord.
The Muslim college student who claimed she was harassed on the subway by 3 men who shouted
What was that? Oh, it must have been one of my links I had before I started streaming. Probably just resell me. Tends to happen. Anyway, this campaign's gonna just go out, just be drawn out.
I have been charged.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the campaign after this turn ends, which will be in a few seconds, and then hopefully finish talking about the difference. Actually, not the difference between Hirdmen and Hearth Guard. I'll be going over how they complement the factions that they have. Oh boy.
your command.
My lord. At your command.
Ready for battle.
A man has many faces. How may I serve Persia?
Alright, so to quickly wrap this up, the difference between the Saxons and the other Norse factions are pretty self-explanatory. I think people have made videos about it, about the Saxons and the Norsemen. But if you haven't seen any, I'll just quickly go over it. The biggest difference between the Saxons and the Danes is that the Danes have no special or faction-specific infantry. None. The Danes do have, where are they? They're here somewhere. They have the Norse Berserkers and Viking Raiders. They also have another unit. I just can't remember what it is. Viking Raider Cav. That's what they have. But yeah, the Danes have no faction-specific infantry. Roster-wise, they're very similar, but the Saxons do have a few advantages. The most notable being the fact that they have Duguth spearmen, And so you don't have to bring Nordic Spearmasters who cost 650. And you can settle for a unit that... Well, I don't think any Saxon unit has precursors, but you can settle for a unit that doesn't have the same attack but has very similar stats everywhere else. Hearth Guard complement the spears a bit. Not too much though. Again, statistically similar to Hirdmen, except they don't have fear. Gesithas are similar to Chosen Warriors, except they're defensive. That's pretty much it. Oh, and they also have throwing axes instead of precursors, which can do a number on shock units, especially double-handed axes. That gives them a huge advantage over the Danes, and even the Jutes who have better double-handed axes. That's pretty much it, really. I don't think I can say anything else that would affect people's viewpoint on the Saxons and the Danes and the other Norse factions. When it comes to like Roman spears, again, not too useful. Cornuti Seniores, they're decent, but most of their money is spent on the armor and not on melee attack and health. The fact that they have precursors is nice though, but so do Foederati spears. But Foederati spears don't have good melee stats. So it's really up to you. Again, most of your money should be spent into melee infantry, but it really depends on who you're going up against. Like Herculani Seniores could do a number on like the Huns. Especially like even who are warriors to an extent, but definitely their melee cav, because most Hunnic melee cav are very weak. When it comes to the Eastern Roman Empire, it's not that much different. I mean, they do have better spears, especially their Auxilia Palatina. But what was I gonna say? It's 150 more talents, excuse me. 150 more talents than that, so you have to really consider whether or not you want to bring them or Lancieri Seniores. Lancieri Seniores are definitely a good unit, and I definitely bring them over Eastern Auxilia Palatina, because the only real differences between these two units is the melee attack and the charge. Everything else is very similar. Actually, the defense goes up by 5. I just noticed that. Manila Toy are always useful, especially if you're using archers. They're so good. Again, up to you. And now the Roman expedition. Not a big roster, as you can tell. Spears, not so good. 450. Good armor, but similar armor to Scudetoi anyway. Statistically wise, everywhere else, they're not too good. They have less melee defense than Scudetoi, which is very disturbing. They do have some uses as like second line infantry if you don't want to spend a lot of money for Scudetoi axemen, but they don't do the same thing, so you have to be careful with that. Overall, I probably would never use spears for the Roman expedition again. The other two factions, maybe. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about this stream. I'm still looking into the Himyar. The only problem with Himyar is that the units that you want to use, you can't get until like by turn 100. So most of your experience with them is limited to both the warriors and the javelins they have. I think that's pretty much it. Off stream, I'm going to play some Rome 2. Maybe get a multiplayer battle going. I don't have too much to do, so who knows, tomorrow I might make a longer stream. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. as always, if you liked what you saw, hopefully you'll come and see me next time. If not, then I'll know. I'm definitely trying to make my streams a bit more organized than how I used to do them. They are going to be a bit more informative, hopefully better, and more fun to watch. So before I go, yeah, there's nobody to really fight. So I guess I'm going to end it here, go straight to Rome 2. Thanks guys so much for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. Bye guys.